Hopefully that's a little bit better now. All right, so where were we? And one of the other problems is somebody took this apart and they put the tapered pin in upside down. Which creates a whole problem in itself because they forced it in the wrong hole. I'm going to try to heat this up a bit and expand it. It's the problem that people think that the tapered pin hole is actually tapered. It's reamed to a size. It's an easier way of cracking the extension. This is one of the reasons why I really don't like doing rebuilds, because usually I end up getting other people's mess and it's just really bad. Soft pins. Clean it up this way too. It's definitely upside down. The problem is they forced this pin in the wrong direction. As a result, they've really spread the hole out. Or it might not even be a pin. Who knows at this point what it is. Take this bolt out. This is frustrating. Huh? So here's what happens. One of the reasons why you really can't quote jobs is because of simple things like this. Something that should take a couple of seconds to get out requires, some grinding and fitting because somebody put it in wrong. You love this, huh? So this is it's like a M22W, an old one. Said probably from early days. There we go. think it's a nail. You put a nail in here. That's what it looks like. It's great. No, I'm not taking, did somebody put this in upside down or put a nail in here, but see, these are tapered pins and they're available at any machine tool supply place. It's a number 0 pin. And a lot of people don't know that, and they put nails in or they put something oversized and they smash the thing in, then you end up with problems. So I think this is out of the way enough. Small. Oh, it's clear. Definitely clear. So can everybody see this? Everything looks good so far? All right. Let me know, okay? Try to leave some comments. Nasty. Really nasty. So any Muncie 4-speed, once you get that reverse tapered pin out, you can actually take the tail housing off. And we got a couple more on the other side. Here. Suspense is killing me. Can't wait to see what the damage looks like in this. Now, I don't know if these are the early boxes. It looked like the counter shaft was loose and walked forward. So if I build this unit, I'm going to build it with one of the mid plates that actually bolts the counter shaft to the mid plate, because this particular one I don't think has that in it. But I got to kind of get a gander at this thing to find out how bad it is, so I can either make sure I order the parts or whatever for it. Okay. You don't have to on these units, but I like to take the speedometer fitting also off of them. It makes the tail have to come off a little easier. Got them all off. Now it would have been nice in these transmissions if they would have put some pry tabs on them. So usually what I try to do is pry in areas above the unit, places where the surfaces aren't going to get too much damaged. It's really glued on tight. What do they do, epoxy this thing together? God almighty. It's ridiculous, I gotta tell you. There it goes. If anybody builds your transmission and they send it back to you looking like this, don't even bother putting it in your car, because this is just really poor workmanship and there's no excuse for it in this day and age. You know, what they usually do is, you know, they might use the gaskets over. I'm going to try to fish this thing out from under here. I'm going to still have to hit this down some more. The reason why I'm struggling with this is because the person who put this thing together put this pin in upside down and really swelled up the whole bore inside, and by driving in something larger than it had to be in there, so it's kind of jammed against the reverse shifter shaft and the case. I'm just trying to see if I can pry this up out of here. And I can get it on the drill press and get it properly fixed. And yes, what it is. Footing gates. Don't want to do that. I don't like this at all. Don't like it at all. Just keep on screwing with this thing. You can actually get these things out with the pin in place, and now that they've kind of, like I said, the problem with it, it's just a matter of loosening a few things here to get this thing out. Get this off. Yeah. I can rotate this out of the way. Don't you love it? Other people's crap. There we go. Lock. Yeah, so what happened again was they drove a nail inside the extension housing, swelled it up so it was impossible to get the pin out correctly, or they might have put the pin in upside down and jammed it inside of it. So you can't get this thing out completely, and it's locked up against it. So what I'm going to have to do is put in the drill press and get it cleaned up and fix this properly. This is really disgusting. I should be putting gloves on because I don't want to cut my fingers up. So we're ready to go see what kind of damage is in this box now. Now, let's get rid of this crap. Yeah, see, these were the newer assemblies that I make have mid plates that actually have that bolted countershaft. So when these things get old or they get abused, what tends to happen is the countershaft will try to walk forward, which this case is pretty sloppy. So it's probably not that good. Look at that. See that? So the guy obviously forgot he was in reverse and dumped the clutch and blew the reverse idler gear. Look at the countershaft is just coming right out of this case. That's how stretched out the case is. So this case is really no good. And another thing too is all these synchronizer hubs were the old style auto gear hubs that weren't hardened and they're soft and they're all chewed to shit. So we're gonna have to go through this completely, but that's what this looks like. I'll take it off in a second later on, put this aside. Again, there's that idler, right? All chewed up, nice. Now let's go take off the front bearing retainer. So here's the thing about bearing retainers in the front here. Seems to be people not understanding that they have to go through a hole in the bell housing. It's very important. And the factory makes these lock tabs because if you use conventional washers like lock washers, they will actually be extended outside of the bearing retainer and interfere with the bell housing. So let's just see here if I can get a better grip on things here. Really crappy hardware. These are the old auto gear retainers that took front seals in them, which work with venting, but the problem is they vented these to the mid plate and that thing still leak. What we're going to do here, because this thing is pretty well worn, see the way this countershaft just slid out? That shouldn't happen. It should really press in. I can drop the cluster down and then push the input in the case with the bearing and take the bearing off on a press. Not in bad shape. Okay, this is where we have fun now. You can see how torn up this gear is. All right. All these needle bearings get changed. I don't bother saving them or anything like that. Here you go. So, cluster's well mangled where the reverse gear was. You could see that, okay? The actual main drive section and third sections are in pretty good shape. Even the first gear section was okay, but again, it got damaged where reverse was. So, we're gonna go for full rebuild on this job, going to get a new case, a new mid plate, new synchronizer assemblies, new shift forks, and it should be good to go. The problem with building types of units that go through explosions is you have to kind of speak to the customer and see where their budget's at, because in general, you're going to have new gears against old gears that have time on them. And it's very hard to warranty a transmission like that because you don't know when something else is going to let go. So usually I recommend just swapping out and changing the whole gear set. And that's how I would usually do it. So this gear set, let's see if we've got any dates on it. No, it doesn't. This is a really early set, but we'll get this straightened out and get it taken care of. The input here, this is an M22 box. It's not an M22 W. It's 26 tooth input shaft. So we got some of these in stock, and we'll get it all fixed up and on its way. But that's it. Pretty messy. So again, with these cases, the problem is two things. Some of the counter shafts, we use our own counter shaft. This area that the counter shaft bites into isn't as thick as it should be. And what's happening here is this shaft is just too loose in the case. Goes in, comes right out with no problem. And it's probably because it's been used and abused, but the case really didn't let go. But there's chunks of the case over here because the reverse idler boss broke. So unfortunately the case is scrapped. Let me show you what that looks like. I don't know if you could see inside of it over here, but you could see where when the idler broke, it blew the case apart over here. And so the case is scrapped. But that happens, you know. But it could have been worse, but the guy will get an upgraded case and mid-plate section and it'll be awfully good. So you pretty much have got a lot of mess to clean up now, huh? So thanks for watching. Let me take this piece of crap apart. And even these sliders are really badly worn. You see the teeth are all chewed up on them. This is a lot of scrap in this box. So this is what happens. Is it worth rebuilding something like this or just getting a new transmission and using this piece for a clutch installation tool or something? Because inevitably it's been seeing a lot of time and the newer gears are a lot better than the older gears were. So it may be just worth doing a new transmission at this point. Thanks for watching, okay? Leave some comments and share the video. I appreciate it. And thanks for watching my YouTube videos. And by the way, I'm working on a hearse video. It's over here on the side. But I'm leaving next week for the Performance Racing Industry Show in Indianapolis. And so if you are in Indianapolis, stop by the Richmond Gear Motive Gear booth. I will be there Thursday afternoon. And I believe sometime Friday, I don't know. But I will post all that information on my Instagram page and Facebook page. So thanks for watching. And as far as the guy telling me to turn off the autofocus, unfortunately, YouTube kind of doesn't allow you to do that, okay? So I wish it can. I'm trying to work around that and try to get a better phone for you guys, okay? But my budget's a little tight right now. So the problem is I don't know why it's doing this, and I don't know why it's hunting like this. It shouldn't be doing that. And it's a real problem, and I don't like it, but it's not me. I don't know if it's just squeezing the phone or it's doing something, but I don't know why it's doing that, okay? So, don't know why. Thanks.